Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for Catholic Central League Boys Soccer. St. Mary's, the Spartans, taking on Archbishop Williams. Williams coming in at 5-4. St. Mary's 2-5-1. Matt Gallego in net for St. Mary's. Nathan Morris, the goalkeeper for Williams, making the long trip from Braintree. And he did pretty well. For 4 o'clock game, they left at 2 o'clock, and they were here well before 4 o'clock, so it didn't take them long to get here. They beat the traffic, I guess, because I think if they left at 2:30 or 3, they'd probably still be on the highway. Knocked out of play by Ryan Freer. Ryan has moved back to play defense this year. He was up front. And Williams is going to get the first corner kick coming from the near side. Kick went beyond the end line rather than sideline. It went off of Williams' head, but they hit it away from the net, and St. Mary's controls. And again, I have to apologize up front because I have no way of knowing the St. Mary's numbers unless they're right down in front of me, because they've got the gold numbers, dark gold numbers on the dark shirts, and they're almost impossible to pick up. The throw-in hit St. Mary's, and they were standing out of bounds when it did. And now it goes out again. Williams will get the throw-in down deep. Williams in the white, St. Mary's in the blue and gold. Pop straight up in the air. St. Mary's got a head on it. Williams trying to keep it alive. St. Mary's took it away. Williams keeping it in the St. Mary's end. Brian Mitchell, the head guy for Williams. They fought hard to keep that ball in. St. Mary's kicks it away. Mike D'Agostino, the head guy for St. Mary's. Williams keeping it in. Still keeping it in. St. Mary's trying to clear it away. They finally get it into Williams' territory. And Williams takes it right back. Trying to knock it deep. Blocked. St. Mary's perennially, they're a threat to win the state championship. Out in front, still loose. Williams got a shot at it. It went off a defender. Looked like he was going to clear it away. He knocked it down, and Fenwick got a shot, and they chipped it up over the net. They had a wide open shot, and they knocked it over the net. So the first real opportunity, and that was Connor Dolan, I believe, with the shot. So St. Mary's got a break there. They almost gave it away in front of the net. St. Mary's with their first real trip in Williams' end. And Williams takes it away. St. Mary's gets it back. Tipped away by Williams. All the way back to LeBrun. Knocked it into Williams' end. And Williams carries it right back out again. Down the middle with a rush. Pass. Shot. Gallego got a piece of it. That's Dolan again. They made the nice pass. He was going from the near side, cutting across the front of the net, going to the far side, and all he could do was just trying to side saddle it, try to get the kickoff. And he got the kick to the net. Gallego made the save, and then St. Mary's knocked it out. It'll be another corner kick coming from the far side. Out in front again, popped up. They got a head on it. Gallego will grab it and hold it. So Williams putting a lot of pressure on the Spartans early. And right back into St. Mary's end. Down the far side. Saved it, and it got knocked in. And that's Dolan. What a great rush. They saved it from going out of play, and Dolan knocked it in. Great rush down the far side. It looked like it was going out of play. I didn't get the number of the Williams player that saved it, but a great save. He threw it. It went right by 3 or 4 people out in front, and Dolan was there to knock it in. So St. Mary's jumps on top. Williams jumps on top of St. Mary's. All that pressure finally pays off. Now they call Williams for the bump. LeBrun will kick it away. This is a major rebuilding year for St. Mary's. They've only got a couple of players who got really meaningful playing time last year. As an example, Gallego, the goaltender, went down with the flu the last game, and they replaced him with an 8th grader. St. Mary's shot partially blocked. They get it back. They throw it in front. St. Mary's scores. They get it right back. It got deflected out in front, and sitting right on the doorstep with a virtual open net and knocking it home. Hughes was the guy that scored the goal. So Williams had that momentum. St. Mary's took it away quickly. Williams kind of gave it away a little bit. Williams stepped out of play and touched the ball, and St. Mary's will kick it away. From the far side, they had a shot. Didn't have a real good angle. It got deflected out in front, and Hughes was there to bang it home. St. Mary's knocks it deep. Williams gets there first and takes it away. And Williams gets it back and sends it to the near side. Dolan tried to pop it to himself. And St. Mary's clears it away, but right to Williams. Knocked away by LeBrun. They knock it deep. They knocked it too deep. To the near side, trying to get around LeBrun. They take it away. And St. Mary's will kick it away. Try and knock it deep, they knock it out of play. So very quickly we had 2 goals scored, one by each team, and we're back where we started, dead even. And Williams couldn't keep it in. And it's knocked out again. Blocked by St. Mary's, taken away. And it blew the whistle. I don't know if somebody was offside. The official way over the other side, standing right on the goal line, blew the whistle. So it couldn't have been because we're out of play, because he couldn't see it from there. Had to be somebody behind everybody, offside. Dolan got a foot on it, knocks it up. St. Mary's takes it away. Passed to himself, pushed a little too far, lost it. Niccolo broken up. So he was trying to knock it deep. It got deflected by Williams. And it goes off St. Mary's into the Williams bench area. Out off St. Mary's once again. Williams trying to play it. They tipped it. When they went to get it, they lost their balance, slipped and fell, and the ball went out of bounds. St. Mary's will get the throw in. And they knock it high and deep. It gets headed by Williams back in the Williams end. And they knock it all the way back to Morris. Williams coming back. Knock it deep down the near side. LeBrun blocked the centering pass, and it's going to go out of play. Popped up. Niccolo got a head on it. Williams knocks it deep. LeBrun got a head on it. And Mary's knocked it away from the net. Williams trying to center it. They sliced it off their foot. He couldn't believe he knocked it that far wide. He was trying to get it to the front of the net, and he knocked it completely wide and out of play, and way out of play. It was Jack Brady, who's only an 8th grader out there playing. Right there, number 2, an 8th grader. Trying to walk in, turn, trying to get the shot off. It got blocked, and then LeBrun knocked it further. Williams trying to center it. LeBrun kicks it out. And St. Mary's trying to clear it. They knocked it out of play. This is a Williams team, 5-4, that has 2 seniors. So a very young team. So the 8th grader was out there playing. St. Mary's takes it away. Williams takes it back. Gallego doesn't let that get the front of the net. There were 2 white shirts out in front of the net. Dolan was one. Brady was the other. And Gallego didn't let it get there. He picked it off and boots it away. Williams coming back. Down the middle. Pass picked off by St. Mary's and cleared away. Headed back by Williams. And St. Mary's knocks it into the St. Mary's bench area. Out in front. And they score. Reaching up, that's the 8th grader. It bounced, he went up almost waist high and just tucked it inside the near post. And the young 8th grader gets the goal. The centering pass came across. They tried to clear it. It went by, and he was reaching up almost waist high. Almost hit a line drive into the net. So the 8th grader, I don't know how many goals he's got this year, but he's got one here. Knocked away. Williams, with the exception of the goal they gave up, they've kept the ball basically in St. Mary's territory. Almost the length of this, what we played so far in the first half. Out into the Williams bench area off Williams. We got St. Mary's sub. They tip it toward the net. Easy pickings for Morris on a big hop. And he'll kick it away. He was going to throw it. St. Mary's was there to pick it off, so he boots it away. Gets it out with the bounce. It goes past midfield. And St. Mary's knocks it out of play. So Williams will get it back on the St. Mary's end. So they had the momentum, scoring the first goal. St. Mary's took it back. And then the young 8th grader, Jack Brady, gets it back from in front of the net. And they got their goal lead back at 2-1, Williams. Knocked deep. Williams going to get there first. Couple of nice shifts. Trying to get it to the net. Had the right idea to try and center it. Adam Stelgis. And he just hoped it would go out to the right and hook back, but it just stayed right, went out of play. And LeBrun will kick it away. Headed away by St. Mary's. Williams keeps it in the St. Mary's end. St. Mary's takes it away. Trying to knock it deep. They knock it deep again. Williams gets back there first and just knocks it out of play. St. Mary's will get the throwing down deep. They haven't been down here that often. They got the one goal. Other than that, they've been back on their heels playing defense in their own end. Picked off. St. Mary's collects. Williams picked it off. Bodies go down as a couple of people run over each other. And it's going to go out of play off Williams. Michael Anderson with the throw-in. Out off St. Mary's. Lucian Polizio will take the throw-in for Williams. And didn't do it well. You have to have 2 feet on the ground when you throw it. You still have 1 foot in the air, according to the official. Headed in the middle by Williams, now headed away. Potential shot blocked. St. Mary's trying to get it back, blocked again. They get it back. Williams tips it away. And we got, they're going to call St. Mary's. St. Mary's is the player that went down, but they ran into the Williams player. And Williams will get the free kick. Boy, it sure looked like they were offside. Knocked out by St. Mary's. I don't know how the official can tell. There were 5 people around. Everybody went up. It went off somebody's head. And they called it off St. Mary's, I think. And Williams is going to get a corner kick after the substitutions are made. Coming from the near side. And they got a head on it and tipped it over the net. They got what they wanted, but they tipped it over the net and out of play. And I think that was Dolan looking for his second goal. They knock it deep. Williams with a break. Gallego with a big time save. And then it's cleared away by the defense. They walked in, they had 2-on-1. If they passed it across, they might have got an easy goal. They took the shot. Gallego knocked it down, and it was laying there. And then it was either Frazier or Niccolo that came and knocked it away. So another corner kick coming from the near side again. Blocked in front and cleared away. They get it back. They push it all the way back. They bring it down the far side. And they lost it out of play. Williams keeping the pressure on, keeping it in the St. Mary's end. Pushed all the way down by Carey at the side of the net. Probably would have been out of play off the side of the net, but Gallego wanted to make sure he grabbed it and held on, and he'll kick it away. Gets it well past midfield. Headed straight up in the air, now headed up in the air again. One more head. To the near side. Williams with it. And couldn't keep it in. Ballou got around Aiden Sullivan, but had no room once he did to go upfield and it went out of play. And now Anderson lost it out of play. Stelgis will throw it in. Now it won't be Stelgis. It'll be Polizio. One of two seniors on this team. Knocked out by Anderson. St. Mary's keeps it in. Williams pops it up. They swung and missed. Dolan tried to get a foot on it and tip it by. Williams keeping it in the St. Mary's end. Coming to the middle. Headed away by St. Mary's. Polizio couldn't keep it in play. It got knocked away from him. Now knocked out by St. Mary's. Polizio will take the throw in. They center it on a hop. It bounced right by the 8th grader Brady. One hop, Gallego grabbed it, held on, and he boots it just shy of midfield. And now we got a whistle for something. I don't know if it hit somebody's in the hand before they kicked it. It bounced up. St. Mary's going to get a free kick. That's Niccolo with the kick. Niccolo was back there on defense as well. He was a scorer last year. They need people at that back line. Talking about that back line, they lost their everything to graduation. Mackey. Williams lets it go out of play. One of the few times St. Mary's has had it this end of the field for any length of time. And now Williams knocks it out of play. He'll give it to Niccolo to throw in after the sub is taken care of. Way deep, it just bounced right by everybody, went out of play. Williams tracks it down. and knocks it out. But wide of the net, Williams trying to keep it in play. And St. Mary's reached in and knocked it away. And Williams will now kick it away. 2-1 Williams. The Bishops against the Spartans. Williams trying to stay over 500. They're 5-4. St. Mary's looking for the third win of the year. Looking to win 2 in a row. They try to center it. It got blocked. Williams collects. They drop it off. Blocked again. Williams keeping it in. From long range, the shot's going to go way wide right. Gallego will kick it away. Line drives it. Williams keeps it in. He dumped it down the near side. Nobody's going to get there. It's going to go out of play. Anderson will take the throw in. Brady, a little extracurricular, a little behind the back. Passes it out of bounds. And it goes off Brady again. He's making his presence felt. He's already got a goal. St. Mary's trying to keep it alive. Williams knocks it away. It got knocked deep by Maroney. And somebody whacked somebody. There's a St. Mary's player down at the 20-yard line. And that brings Nicole Gagnon, the trainer, quickly out. And let's hope he's going to be all right. I don't know how they ever arrived at putting the ball back in play. I would think it would either be somebody get knocked down, it's a free kick, or somebody gets a throw in, but they don't. They just put two plays together. They drop it like a center drop starting a hockey game, and they let it drop, and then somebody just kind of touches it, and boots it away, and they don't want anybody getting an advantage. But if somebody got knocked down or if the ball was out of play, I don't know how they come up with these rules. I guess what I was thinking of was face-off to start the hockey. Williams knocks it away, back in the St. Mary's end. And they kick it all the way back to Gallego. And he boots it away. And St. Mary's couldn't keep it in. Williams will get the throw in down deep. Try to walk in. They walk right in. And St. Mary's finally surrounds with three defenders and knocks the ball away, knocks it out. Williams will get another corner kick coming from the far side. There were a couple of people going up in the air trying to rebound the ball. They bumped into Gallego. He went up and had it and dropped it, but they called the contact. And Gallego will get to kick it away. After the substitutions, Williams will have a throw-in. Beautiful day here at Manning Field. It's hovering under a huge, big white cloud with blue skies and just enough of a breeze that it's not really hot. A little bit cool. Probably a little warmer down on that turf field. St. Mary's knocks it away. Williams trying to keep it in, and they do. St. Mary's takes it away again. And St. Mary's knocks it out. Trying to center it, got blocked. Knocked away. Williams gets there first. Blocked and taken away nicely by St. Mary's. And Williams back checking takes it away. And Williams just did save it. Blocked by Pizzoli. Taken away by Anderson. Upfield. Blocked and knocked away. Dolan's going to get caught. He was leaning, hanging, and holding on, trying to get a piece of it. And once again, Williams knocks it back on the St. Mary's end. And it winds up in the St. Mary's bench area out of play. St. Mary's trailing by a goal. They're just trying to keep it out of their net now, just knock it deep, get it out of their end, but they can't. Williams just keeps bringing it back. Down the far side. Pop. And St. Mary's knocks it out. They just can't get going. After that one goal, they haven't really done anything offensively. Haven't come close to the net. Popped up. St. Mary's knocks it ahead. And Williams will get the throw in after St. Mary's knocks it out. Tip deep. St. Mary's will kick it away. Pass picked off. Looking for that long lead pass. It got broken up. Now they throw it long down the far side. Hustling, sliding, and knocking it out. And that reaches the end of the first half. So Williams got on the board first with the goal by Dolan. And then right off the bat, St. Mary's came right back and got the goal by Kyle Hughes. But then a little eighth grader for Williams. Out in front, it bounced up almost knee high, and they took a swing at it and knocked it in the net. And that's where we are, 2-1, Williams. And I thought that was the end of the half, but it's not. It's a timeout. I can't tell by the clock because the clock stops with 5 minutes to play in the half, and the officials take over the clock down on the field. So we still have time left in the first half with Williams leading it 2-1, and they could have had a few more. They've just missed a couple. Gallego made a couple of saves, and they've controlled the ball in the St. Mary's end. And even when St. Mary's has had it in the Williams end, they only have that one shot for the goal. Deflected out in front to Hughes, who was there by himself, and knocked it home. So St. Mary's will get the throw in down deep. Niccolo will take it. Head it up. Trying to hit it in front. And we got a collision. Williams went up to get it, got bumped. And now Williams kicks it away. They knock it deep. Near side. Williams had it. And it winds up, might have gone off the foot. Even off the foot of Everett Hay, or went off the foot of the defender, Anderson, and wound up with the goaltender, Gallego, who kicked it away. They knock it deep, popped up. Niccolo hit it away. They knock it deep the other way. There were two defenders around the St. Mary's player, but Morris didn't take any chances. He came way out of the net to pick that off on a hop. St. Mary's now trying to beat the clock and get back in this in the first half. They knock it deep, put it right in the middle of the net, but Morris is right there to catch it waist high, and he'll kick it away. As he kicks it away, that's going to be the end of the first half. So those two goals, the second one by the eighth grader, Jack Brady, is the difference in the game for Williams, as Williams leads it over St. Mary's at halftime, 2-1. We're back at Manning Field as we're getting set to start the second half in this Catholic Central League battle. St. Mary's trailing Williams 2-1. And again, the difference in the game, goal by the young eighth grader, Jack Brady. And Williams held a very sizable advantage territorial-wise. Frazier moving up front had it knocked away. To the near side, Williams trying to collect. And they knock it down the near side. Williams all by themselves. Good hustle by St. Mary's to get there first. Looks like you're going to walk in the near side and have a legitimate scoring opportunity. And St. Mary's did a very nice job hustling over. That was Dylan Maroney with that nice defensive play before they could get loose and get a shot off. Tip toward the net. It'll be wide. Morris will come out and play it and kick it away. St. Mary's knocks it back. Williams knocks it deep. And hustling. And they get there just in time to keep it in play. Trying to walk in, still walking in, throws it in front, loose, off of St. Mary's player, coming to the near side. Maroney will knock it away. They walked right between a couple of defenders, threw it out in front. Nobody could get a piece of it. Maroney finally cleared it away for St. Mary's. And now Williams taking it to the middle. They clear it to the far side. Back to the middle. They take the shot. Gallego with the dive, but it went off to his right. He might have got a piece of it. I think he got a piece of it. Tipped it past the end line out of play. Williams will get a corner kick. The sun has been dipping in and out. Just as we started this second half, the sun disappeared behind one of the clouds. The big, huge cloud that we had over the top of the field has moved away. Now it's just a big patch of blue sky. The clouds now surrounding the park. Gorgeous day. Now the sun comes back out. So back and forth. That one from the near side sails high and wide and over the net and out of play. St. Mary's knocks it deep. Williams gets there first and knocks it away and knocks it out. St. Mary's will get the throw in down deep. Trying to pop it to the net. I don't know if they call St. Mary's offside. They blew the whistle. Morris went high in the air and picked it off, but they blew the whistle before he caught it. And they kick it out. And Williams kicks it ahead. Niccolo hustling. Has it taken away. Still with it. Trying to center it. That was Sean Hobbs battling up and all the way down the sideline. At the last minute, his centering pass was blocked. Williams gets it back. They go back to Hobbs. Battling with Maroney. Gets it by. It winds up out in front and they're going to call Hobbs for taking Maroney down. They threw it out in front. Dolan was just lining up the shot, looking to score after the centering pass. He looked at the official like, what are you blowing the whistle for? And Maroney was on the ground. Hobbs and Maroney were going at it. And Hobbs finally got called for the takedown. Goes by the St. Mary's player on the far side into the St. Mary's bench area. Williams coming back. Broken up nicely. And the St. Mary's player went down. They take the shot, it goes wide left and out of play. And the St. Mary's kid is still sitting down. I can't get the number. He's getting up, trying to walk it off. Might be Hughes. Favoring that right ankle. Williams trying to get inside. Shot got blocked by St. Mary's. It'll be a corner kick. Coming from the far side. We're early in this second half. Archbishop Williams leading it 2-1 over St. Mary's. Catholic Central League Boys Soccer. Corner kick coming from the far side. Everybody milling around. They lined it out in front. Blocked, and it rolled in. It went to the ground. Williams just barely touched it. I don't know if it hit a foot or off the body, and it just rolled in. Off the corner kick, they get the goal. And it was Colby Carey. He was right at the post. Gallego was down. There was a little to do in front of the net, a lot of bodies. Carey was right at the near post, and all he had to do was just touch it and squeeze it inside the near post. And Williams has got a little bit of breathing room at 3-1 over the Spartans. Gallego was up. It's good to see. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. Home team, visiting team. I look at the girls' classical team. They are demolished. They got like 5 or 6 people. 4 of their top players are on the bench in a shoe cast or on crutches, or they're having a really tough year for the first coach. And I talked to him last game and I said, boy, I bet you're glad you took this job. Expecting he was going to have some good players and play well in the conference, and all of a sudden he lost half his team. Williams heads it away. And they knock it deep again. Dolan looking to get around down that far side. Trying to center it, kicks it out in front. Gallego made the save. And it wasn't Dolan, because that was Dolan that got the foot on the ball. He one-timed that, a perfect kick from the far side, right in the middle of the net. Dolan coming in, one-timed it, got a foot on it, and Gallego was able to make the save. Good job by Matt Gallego. Williams right back at it. Knocking it to the net. Gallego comes out. And it was fading away to the left, but there was two white shirts right there. One to Gallego's right that might have been able to get a piece of that. Williams coming back. Taken away. Williams gets it back. And knocked deep. They knock it off. St. Mary's out of play. Knocked out. Williams going to get another corner kick. They have been in charge. St. Mary's got that goal. They're tied it at 1. They haven't really been close since then. And Williams has kept them back on their heels, kept them playing defense in their end. And we might be going to get a change in net. Next substitution, I think we're going to get Jacob Garino, I think, is going to come in net. The young 8th grader. They kick a little ground ball. It's loose. Deflected. Loose again. I think that was Frazier knocking it away. Williams keeps it in. Contact called against Williams. St. Mary's will get a free kick. They boot it deep. And Williams knocks it away. Cuts it back the other way. 2-on-2 for the moment. St. Mary's looking to catch up. Trying to walk in. Picked off. They just took it away. Could have taken the shot a little bit earlier. Had a player coming up to his left he could have passed it to. Tried to get by and couldn't. Now St. Mary's tracks it down. They haven't been down this deep in a long time. It's knocked away and knocked out. Terrenzo will take the throw in. Knocked away. And Williams coming back. They knock it out off Anderson. And knocked out again. He slipped it through a couple of defenders but couldn't go get it. And then it's knocked out by St. Mary's. Flip it around. St. Mary's will take the throw in. Headed away. Kept in again. Trying to get in the middle. Pass a little bit too far ahead. Knocked away. Williams takes it away. Keeps it in. Now they throw it away. It's going to go in the Williams bench area. Garino was in that last substitution, got him in there. St. Mary's with the throw-in. Deepest they've been in a while. And they call St. Mary's offside. Williams will kick it away. I'm not sure why the official is talking to the St. Mary's player. Headed away by the Spartans. Williams gets it back. They knock it deep. Hustling, they'll keep it in. Walking around, they take the shot and it goes wide left. Good bid by Stelgis. He went around one defender, had to take it with the left foot, drilled it. Went right by everybody, by the left post, far post, out of play. And St. Mary's will kick it away. St. Mary's breaks it up and takes it away. And St. Mary's knocks it out of play. Trying to knock it to the net. They got it there. Garino came out, played it on a hop. And he'll boot it away. Broken up by Williams. And they take it away again. They knock it all the way back to Morris, who kicks it near midfield. Bounces off Niccolo. Picked off. Williams keeping it in. And there were contact. They knocked Freya down. St. Mary's will get the free kick. And LeBron will take it. Skips past. Williams knocks it away. They start it back 3-on-3 for the moment. Right down the middle. Now they take the shot. It got blocked nicely. Pass a little bit behind. St. Mary's, they lose it. Williams coming back. And St. Mary's lost it out of play. Substitutions for both teams. Nice little shift to get around one, couldn't get around the other, but then tipped it away. St. Mary's took it away. To the near side. Lead pass. Trying to walk in. Out in front, and they knock it home. Great pass out in front, and that's Dolan coming to the net and just tipped it by. His second goal. Great rush by Stelgis. Beat the defender, threw it out in front, and Dolan just got a piece. He one-timed it before, right into Gallego's lap. Now he one-times it into the back of the net. Perfect pass out in front. Dolan was there to knock it home. And Williams gets a little more breathing room. They got 2 in the first. They got 2 here in the second. And all that pressure just pays off after a while. You let the other team stay in your end forever, and you don't get any real offense going, and it makes it easier for the other team. And that's just a case of inexperience. I mean, he just has so many young people. Dolan just kept it in. St. Mary's pops it up, it goes out. Williams will get another corner kick. We're halfway through and counting the second half. Williams are going to go a little further over 500 as they're going to win this one. They're going to go to 6-4, and St. Mary's going to go to 2-6-1. You have to go back a long way to find St. Mary's losing 6 soccer games. I think that was Garino went as high as he could. Dolan was right next to him. Garino got a hand on it and tipped it over the net out of play. So they go from one side to the other. The corner kick will come from the near side. And it gets headed in. And that's the second goal for Colby Carey. Second one here in the second half. And just like that, it's 5-1. Niccolo knocks it ahead. Williams trying to let it go out of play. It's kept in. Niccolo, wasn't Niccolo, was Toranzo just kept it in. Coming out, diving ahead of one of the St. Mary's players, Morris, fell on it, bobbled it momentarily, but grabbed it very quickly. And Williams right back at it. Dolan trying to walk in. It got blocked. Williams had the shot and punched it wide right and out of play. Toranzo trying to get around. Williams knocks it out. And I guess there was contact because they're going to give St. Mary's a kick. They tip it by. LeBron is there to knock it away. So the only question left in this one, with about 15 minutes left, is will St. Mary's get a shot on net? Walking in, and they knock it home. Wide open, out in front. There wasn't anybody within 10 yards of him. He could have stopped, waited, lined it up. He had a month of Sundays, and that's the hat trick for Carey. And he got them all here in the second half. And all of a sudden, it's 6-1. And as I said, the only question is, will St. Mary's never mind getting a goal? They get a shot on net. Will they get it out of their own end? Williams has totally dominated this one. And those growing pains are getting achier by the minute with the St. Mary's team. It's been one step forward, 2 steps back. They've won a couple of games, tied a game. But with that inexperience, a lot of young kids, I think they expected coming in there will be a lot more valleys than peaks. And it certainly has been that way. "15 minutes and counting left in this one. It'll be a happy bus ride home for Braintree." And he didn't tell me who the backup goaltender is for Williams. But they've got a new goaltender in there. Morris didn't have to do much. He gave up the goal. It really wasn't his fault. There was a deflection out in front, and Hughes was sitting right on the doorstep, and all he had to do was bang it in the open net. Substitutions for both teams. Started to kick it, held up. Now he boots it. Williams heads it back. And they'll knock it deep, but they knock it out of play. Anderson with the throw in. Booted upfield. Dolan heads it by. Hustling back was Maroney to knock it away. Loose out in front, deflected. St. Mary's kicks it away. And Williams keeps it in the St. Mary's end. And they get by. Trying to center it. Off a foot. Bodies go down in front of the net. Williams takes a kick. And it goes over the net and out of play. And we got away from the play. I think Maroney got wrapped up. I don't know if he turned his ankle making a turn or if he collided with somebody, but he's flat down at the 5-yard line. So we hope he's going to be okay. Again, it was away from the ball, so I don't know whether he just turned the wrong way or collided with somebody or got hooked up with somebody out in front. It bounces and goes out. It went out off Hamill. Now it goes out off Williams. Mike D'Agostino using a lot of his 7th and 8th graders. And it went out off one of them. Out off St. Mary's again. Trying to center it. Skipped. Cleared away. Tipped away. St. Mary's takes it back. And Williams back checking takes it away. Williams knocks it out. Knocked off Williams into the Williams bench area. As we're approaching 10 minutes left. A close 2-1 game at halftime. Williams has added 4 goals here in the second half. 3 of them a hat trick by Colby Carey. And they've opened up a huge 6-1 gap that St. Mary's is not going to be able to overcome. Williams trying to knock it deep. They knocked it off St. Mary's. And just kept it in. And now Williams slides and knocks it out. And they knock it out again. Out at midfield. St. Mary's will get the throw in. Broken up. St. Mary's picked it. And Williams knocks it away to the near side. They knock it upfield. LeBron hustles back and knocks it away. Williams has won almost every loose ball. The battling going on. That one time, Niccolo took it away, but more often than not, Williams is taking the ball away. They're being quite a bit more aggressive than St. Mary's. But that's to be expected, especially now when he's got, Mike D'Agostino's got some of those 7th and 8th graders out there. He's got an 8th grader in net. St. Mary's has not been down here this many times in the game, certainly not in the second half. Loose, still loose, popped up, St. Mary's tried to get a foot on it, blocked and knocked away. And Williams will knock it deep. Freya knocks it away and out of play. He was battling with Dolan. We'll hold up for a sub. And Williams will get the throw in. Walking in, they pop it up. It goes from the far side to the near side. Williams will track it down. They get around one. Can't get around the other one. Shot got blocked. Nobody really getting control of it yet. Still bouncing around. St. Mary's finally gets a piece of it. They knock it deep down the far side. Williams knocks it away. And they knock it into the St. Mary's bench area. Out off Williams. So we'll come a little further down. Williams clears it away. The story of the game, St. Mary's. Anytime they get it into to the Williams side of the 50-yard line, it doesn't stay there very long. They only have one shot on net, and that was a goal. St. Mary's will get a free kick. Come from just inside the 30-yard line. And again, I apologize. They only have one goalie listed on the roster they gave us, and they didn't tell us who the backup would be. He just came out, picked that ball in the air. And now Carrigan goes right by a couple of people and it gets knocked out by St. Mary's. So the clock is off. We've got 5 minutes left in the game. The referees will handle it the rest of the way. Williams has broken open that close 2-1 game at halftime. Getting 4 here in the second half. 3 of them by Colby Carey, who's only a sophomore. I told you, Williams only has 2 seniors. Tipped up. Trying to walk in. Blocked. Taken away. Williams couldn't keep it in. I knock it in front, and Garino was just coming over, looking to grab it, and the defense, I think, knocked it away. I think that was LeBron. Not a lot of time left in this one. Connor Dolan with 2, Colby Carey with 3, and a young 8th grader, Jack Brady. Right now, his goal would be the difference in the game. He made it 2-1. And it looks like that's all Williams needed was that 2-1 lead, but they added 4 in the second half to grab a 6-1 lead. And they've just beat St. Mary's to every ball. And St. Mary's have been back on their heels virtually the entire game. The goal by Hughes, the one shot on net. Up and out. They blow the whistle, and that'll do it. So Carey led the way with a hat trick in the second half, getting 3. Dolan gets 2. The young 8th grader got the deciding goal to make it 2-1. Hughes got St. Mary's close after Dolan and Brady made it 2-0. After Dolan made it 1-0. Hughes made it 1-1. Brady got the goal that made it 2-1, and that would have been enough. But they added 4 more, a perfect hat trick by Carey in the second half. Williams will go to 6-4. St. Mary's will drop to 2-6-1 as they blow away that 2-1 lead in the second half with 4 goals. The hat trick by Carey. The final score. It'll be a happy bus ride back to Braintree for Archbishop Williams as they win it 6-1 over St. Mary's. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.